Is an IVA really worth it if you're in debt? Well, it all depends on your unique circumstances. I'll talk you through the pros and cons so that you can make an informed decision. An individual voluntary arrangement, IVA for short, is a legal contract between you and your creditors where you agree to pay back a portion of your debt over a period, which is usually about 5 years. Once it's in place, all interest and charges on your debt are frozen, and it can be a huge relief for some people when the debt collectors are silenced. Over 5 years, that could make a massive difference in how much you owe, especially if a portion of the debt's written off at the end. But what makes an IVA even more attractive is its affordability. It's not like those ominous credit card repayments that just keep on piling up. Your monthly IVA payments are calculated based on what you can afford. An insolvency practitioner will help negotiate these terms with your creditors. So, no need to worry about skipping meals to make your payments. And speaking of insolvency practitioners, these professionals are a significant part of why an IVA might be the right choice for you. They keep the process fair and work diligently on your behalf. It's their job to make sure that you're not paying more than you can handle. And because they're bound by professional and ethical guidelines, you can generally trust them to act in your best interest. Once you've successfully completed your IVA, your unsecured debt is wiped clean. And throughout this entire process, you're legally protected from your creditors taking out further action against you. No more fear of legal repercussions like bankruptcy or a county court judgment. That's a lot of peace of mind right there. Your assets like your home and your vehicle are also protected in an IVA. If you're a homeowner though, there's a caveat. You might be asked to release some equity from your home towards the end of the IVA. Still, it's a far cry from losing your home altogether. All right, I can hear you asking, come on then, what's the catch? Well, all debt solutions have their own cons, so I'll share the downsides to an IVA with you. It'll severely impact your credit score for 6 years, including the 5-year IVA term and an additional year after. During this period, your name will also appear in the Individual Insolvency Register, which is a public database. That's like a financial scarlet letter that makes it difficult to secure any credit while the IVA is in place. It'll be a lot tougher to get access to lower interest rates. Some debts are excluded from going into an IVA. Student loans, child support, court fines and social fund loans can't be included in an IVA, so you'll have to sort those out separately. Your insolvency practitioner can help you navigate this, but it's crucial to know the limitations. You'll also have restrictions on your banking, so forget about overdraft accounts, credit cards, or even a simple checkbook. You'll be reduced to a basic bank account during the IVA period. And what if you hit the jackpot or inherit some money during your IVA? Well, don't get too excited because all that windfall will go straight to your creditors and it won't affect your regular monthly payments. Every single penny of it. Creditors aren't obligated to accept your IVA proposal. You might think it's fair and reasonable, but your creditors might see it differently. If your creditors refuse your proposal, then you're back to square one. And let's not forget the cost of setting up an IVA. The fees can range from $2,000 up to $5,000, depending on various factors, including the insolvency practitioner's charges. So is an IVA worth it? Well, it's complicated. If you have a lot of valuable assets to protect, then yes, an IVA might be worth looking into. If you're looking for a quicker way out of debt, then maybe not. Bankruptcy, for example, could make you debt-free in 3 years, but at the cost of your assets. A debt relief order could mean that your debt's written off in a year, but it totally depends on whether you qualify for one. Keep in mind that the length of an IVA, typically 5 years, can be extended if you miss payments. That's a long commitment, but it's also an affordable and asset protecting arrangement, and it saves you from the constant harassment of creditors since they can't contact you directly once your IVA is in place. So let's talk about your credit score. Well, if you're knee deep in debt anyway, the chances are your credit score's already taken a hit. An IVA will be bad for your credit score as well, but will give you a chance to rebuild once it's finished. When it's all over, you can start with small credit building measures, like using a credit builder card for essential expenses and paying off the balance each month. If you do decide you want to go ahead with an IVA, then it's really, really important that you go to a reputable company. Don't rush into taking one out without doing lots of research. If you do want to have a conversation about debt solutions, I've partnered with a company that can talk you through your options. I'll leave a short form under this video and it'll ask you a few questions like how many people do you owe, how much money do you owe, and then at the end of the form it'll connect you to them. Like I said, I'll leave that link for you just below the video. Good luck.